Lanny Huff, the owner of Huff Estates, he wanted to build a winery and he was looking for a winemaker. I say, here we go, I am here. I am just arrived in Canada and looking for a job. And at first the idea was just to stay 5 years maximum, just to get a bit of experience and everything. And it seems to be difficult to grow grapes here, but let's try to do something here. A small winery with maybe a couple of different wine and focus on a few type of grapes like Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, like this. And then we built a winery and we plant some vines and we tried to make wine. And it took 10, 15 years to really evolve in terms of which one we wanted to make. There was definitively a couple of wine that we wanted to do since the beginning, like sparkling wine, traditional method, so like they do in Champagne. That's something I always wanted to do here. And there we go. I've been here for 22 years. We opened the winery in 2004. In 2006, we opened the inn. And what you have to understand is at the time, 20 years ago in the county, there was not a lot of people and there was not a lot of accommodation. But people were starting to come because they start to hear about the county. My boss said, maybe it would be good to add to the winery a hotel. A helicopter pad was an idea from Lanny Huff, the owner. This is for people who wanted to do an helicopter trip. That was coming from Kingston. They were visiting a few places, so one of them stop was here. We have the rescue emergency team who is coming for lunch here on the patio during their training, and they come with a pizza, so it's become a little bit of an attraction. And after that, Lanny decided with the partnership of two women who had an art gallery to build an art gallery as well. And then from the art gallery, we developed what we call a sculpture garden. So behind the art gallery, there's a big garden with sculpture you can look and as well purchase. Prince Edward County is very particular because in Ontario, this is the only wine region we actually buried our vines in the winter. It's happened in Quebec as well a little bit, but in Quebec they have a lot of hybrid, which is another type of vines that can put up with very cold weather. But here in the county, we have mostly vinifera. We were the first one to make sparkling wine here. And it's a difficult product to make, and because we have cold winter, before the winter, we kind of buried our vines under the ground. It's a long way before you put the bottle on the shelf and say, now you can try it. Now, after 20 years, I think we really reached a good quality of wine, and I'm very happy of that and proud because it's a lot of work. The best part of my job, definitely harvest. When the first grapes arrive, and you start to press the first grapes, the first juice coming. You taste the juice and trying to see what kind of vintage you're going to have with flavor and aromas, and it's the most exciting. That's when you create the wine, when you make the wine. I think the most important moment that you remember when you started to be recognized as a wine region, and that's happened when we become a VQA appellation. That's happened when your wine start to have awards, when you start to have a gold medal for your wine, when you start to have people coming to your winery and say, oh, I love your wine. When you see that achievement coming, and it's coming through award or wine critics or article in the book or in a magazine, every moment in that story where you have an achievement with something good happen, becomes something you will never forget. With all the work that we've been doing for the past 20 years here in this beautiful region, in the center of 3 of the biggest cities in Canada, we have tons to offer between now good restaurants, the beaches, wineries, breweries, everything. It's a beautiful place to come and spend some vacation here. When you come to the wineries, with all the work that's been done for the past 20 years and discover that we can make good wine, we can produce good wine, it's a fantastic place to come and discover our product.